Not
Not really. Okay. Thank you very much. Today,
Wasim, can you hear me now?
uh, it's not really a thing, but it's more of you can call it conceptual. Yes, basically, I'm not yet at that stage where I'm doing data collection and everything. So I'm still in the conceptualization of the paper, and you can call it the research design stage. Now, what I'm going to present today stems from the emerging trend of artificial intelligence. And so basically, you're all familiar with artificial intelligence and what it's doing uh, in all pretty much like in all different sectors, different fields. So without further ado, let's just dive in. And specifically, we're going to be looking at research. And since we're all researchers here, so it could be, it would make sense that we actually talk and look at artificial intelligence from a researcher perspective or from an overall research perspective. First of all, we start by defining artificial intelligence quickly, and then look at some key distinctions. And we're going to look at how the artificial intelligence is transforming research and how it's doing that, and that we're going to try to project a little bit in the future what's going on and what should we expect from this say new era that we are actually in. Okay. So first thing first, I know that most of you are familiar with the concept of artificial intelligence. We have subject matter experts, very good presentations on that regard. Now, artificial intelligence, for maybe those who are not really familiar with what the concept means, or basically given that we have a canvas of definitions out there. So basically, a very simple definition of artificial intelligence is the capacity of a machine to reproduce complex data. So we're looking at what people do in terms of tasks, in terms of completing certain things, and we're trying to have a machine reproduce those tasks or complete those tasks themselves. And we talk about AI. There are different levels of intelligence. We talk about artificial intelligence, but we really talk about actual artificial intelligence when the machine is producing complex data. So something that we at our level as humans we consider as complex. For instance, typical example of that would be research. If you do research, then that's a complex behavior, complex task, and you have a machine reproduce or has the capacity or capabilities for reproducing that, then you're talking about complex behavior produced by a machine. Okay. Now, I think that a very important distinction, because now people and even when we see predictions about AI, goes in all different kind of directions, which is natural because this technology is implemented very much in all different kind of sectors, which is actually happening. But it just in terms of the way it is perceived by people, it just like it's not clear. It's a bit kind of ambiguous. So what I'm trying to do here is just try like to visualize and cognitively speaking what we're talking about here, so that we follow the distinction pretty well. So I want to make a distinction, very important distinction between two types of artificial intelligence, and this is from also because some of the findings of my research that can be categorized into two big areas. So one first area is what I call the vision AI, and also what is a term which has been recently used by the CEO of NVIDIA, which is the first time, just like a couple of weeks ago, by the CEO of NVIDIA on a conference in India. And we have the physical AI. So what do we refer by the digital AI? Just to make a distinction, a physical AI is what our colleague has presented, robotics. Anything which has to do with the machine having a physical interaction with the physical world, then you're talking about physical artificial intelligence. And that is basically can be translated as robotics, like whatever. Robots are actual products that have physical interactions. Digital AI, then you're talking about the digital output, and that's what we know generally as generative artificial intelligence. When you're talking about ChatGPT, Gemini, Llama, these large language models, when they give you an output, they will give you like a tangible product. They're giving you a digital or a non-tangible form of a product, which means they're giving you intelligence. I'm interacting with ChatGPT, so it's giving me intelligence, recommendations, analysis, table. So it's not something which is physical and not tangible in a sense, which is that there is no interaction between the AI and the physical world. So basically, the interaction is at the level, so the human and some sort of a platform, say that a laptop or computer or phone, and then you're having a conversation with artificial intelligence. If you want to make the parallel between talking about here industries, this is relevant to different industries, or let's put it this: two different key categories of industries. A manager today, one of the most important questions for managers that they ask from a strategic perspective when they are, questioning or considering about intelligence. So I'm a manager for my company. I'm thinking, okay, I see the noise, and I feel that I'm convinced that there is a potential for actually doing something with artificial intelligence. But from an adoption perspective, the first question I have to ask as a manager is, which way should I go? I mean, which one is more relevant to use, digital AI or physical? If you're a manufacturing company, if you're actually producing physical products, I'm producing phones, laptops, cars, pens, bags, anything which is physical, then you're talking about production lines and factory processes. Then you're talking about physical AI, which means this implementation has more to do with robots. So you need robotic artificial intelligence, robots which are trained and powered by artificial intelligence to produce your product. So we're talking about automating your production lines. If you're a company which operates within the knowledge economy, the general sense, management consulting, financial services, education, what you're producing is not physical. What you're producing is a digital, it's not tangible, it's digital. If I'm doing education, I'm creating knowledge, and then I'm transferring knowledge to the students. So there's nothing tangible. Although in certain cases, yes, but overall, we can categorize it this way. If I'm doing management consulting, when I go to BCG or to PwC and ask them for market research, they're giving me a report in a often digital format, which is they're giving me intelligence. I'm talking about digital artificial intelligence. Then the adoption implementation has to do more with digital AI tools. And then you're talking about large language models. That's the way this management consulting firms, they create intelligence using artificial intelligence. There's no point for them to use robotic artificial intelligence. It's not, they have no production lines, no manufacturing processes. Their process is to build intelligence. They are doing that through large language models and this digital AI, which create intelligence. And now you can see that this at least makes it easier for everybody to see what difference in distinction. Now, the reason I'm making this distinction here is that in the research, most of what we do has to do with digital artificial intelligence. We're not talking about, especially in research and management, because in some other areas of research, we're talking about like chemistry or physics, maybe you need laboratories, then you need actual kind of physical interaction. But when you're doing research and management and social sciences or additional sciences, what we're doing is our product is digital in nature. So we're creating knowledge. We're creating not something which is tangible. We're creating intelligence. And for that, when it comes to artificial intelligence, we're more concerned with digital artificial intelligence. So in terms of research within the management organization, studies in social science, what we want to focus on is digital artificial intelligence, which means the large language models, the ChatGPTs, the Geminis, the Llamas, and all this different kind of tools which provide us with this AI implementation capabilities. Okay. Now, the interesting thing, and one of the very important distinctions also is the implementation processes or the adoption processes when it comes to physical AI and visual AI, they are not the same. If you're talking about digital AI, it's more accessible, it's more affordable, and it's user-friendly, which means any one of you here or anybody, I'm sure you all use AI at some level, but anybody, if you go somewhere where people are not really familiar with ChatGPT, you can have them start actually using and adopting this AI tool within a few minutes or a few hours. And even at the level of organizational level, you can have a company adopt, strategically speaking, like an AI tool within a matter of weeks, just sort of designing the implementation process. So it's accessible, it's affordable. Even for the pro version, if you're using these, I mean, you're talking about very affordable, actually, cost. And then also in terms of user friendliness, something easy, very user-friendly, interactive platforms. If you're talking about physical AI, it's very costly, very difficult, time-consuming, and it needs a lot of hyper-personalization. Because if you want to create a hyper-personalized robot for your specific production line, it needs actually months or even sometimes years of configurations to create a robot, for instance, which is developed by AI to produce your very specific product and to be adapted to a very specific production line. So the implementation process is not the same, and we're lucky because if we're doing research and management consulting or management studies, organization studies, corporate sciences, etc. The implementation of artificial intelligence is pretty much very easy and much more doable than if you're talking about a sector which is manufacturing or like where there's physical products. Now, one of the frameworks which I'm trying to use in my research, which is a very famous framework, by the way, which I see and I feel that there's evolution in this framework, which is that the emergence of artificial intelligence as a technology is going to like impact the way we look at this framework, which is the knowledge, skills, and abilities framework. Everybody's familiar with that one. It's the probably the most used framework in the human resources management field, which is the competency framework, basically. So knowledge, skills, and abilities is famous case. Now, the interesting thing here is when we talk about the knowledge, skills, and abilities, is that here what transformation is going to take place. Now, when we do research, we do this three activities. Like anybody who is doing research, we all follow a process. Like we do design a research question, actually do a literature review, design a research question, go collect data, draft it, findings. That's what we do basically. So if we create a parallel to that research process that we do and the competency framework, what's going on is that the knowledge part is where you review the literature. So whatever field you're doing, whether it's supply chain, circular economy, robotics, AI, noise cancellation, whatever field you're doing. So the first step is to understand what has been done. Say, we stand on the shoulders of the giants. So you understand what has been done. That's the knowledge, which means you're looking at the knowledge, and you're reviewing the literature. And after that, what you do after you design the research question, your skill is to collect and analyze it. So basically, your skill is what is my capacity for collecting data and analyzing it without using quantitative, or a combination of those. But that's what the skill part is your capacity for articulating and completing certain tasks effectively. That's the skill part. And then the ability part when it comes to this research process is my ability as a researcher to draft the findings, at the end of the day, there's no point for doing research if you don't actually draft a meaningful findings for researchers to enrich research, also for practitioners, so that you can actually have practical implementations, practical implications for the industry. So that's the framework, and now you see that the parallel that I'm creating here with the research process. Now, the reason I'm looking at this is that because these key blocks are going to be changing because they are changing. You're undergoing a transformation because of the artificial intelligence. Now, and this is how I think this transformation is taking place. Now, the three levels. Now, first of all, the AI is actually knowledge part. Is that when you looking at the knowledge part here, using artificial intelligence, now you can there is a concept called the knowledge base. Yes. Okay. Okay. So 2 minutes. So here, basically, your capacity for summarizing knowledge is increasing. Your capacity for using multiple sources of evidence, multiple sources of data, multiple types of data is increasing, and then your ability for drafting those those findings also changing. So basically, if you're applying large to this, then your capacity as or your capabilities as a human as a human collaboration between the researcher and AI is becoming much higher. So basically, that's what's going on in terms of the it creates some kind of implications that we want to look at, and maybe you can ask those questions. Those are the implications that would happen because of this use part. Yeah. Thank you.